another fantastic episode of Our Corner. I'm your host, Aaron. With me today is the main man himself.
I'm Sean, y'all. What's up?
And we have our guest and tech guy, Gin Tech, with us.
Guest go home. He has not.
Well, I mean, he lives here, so technically we're his guests.
He lives in this goblin cave.
Yeah, this is the
The lair of Tyler.
this is his troll cave where he randomly comes out and crawls about, grabs some churches, and comes back.
You're in
Big
my
ass
world.
claws.
You live in my world.
So
So what do we
Sean, no, go ahead.
No, I said, so what do we got?
So,
Damn.
it's been kind of a rough week for everyone, man. I mean, realistically, we've lost two legends. You know,
We did.
We've lost Ozzy Osbourne,
We did.
and then subsequently following, we lost Hulk Hogan,
Hey, brother.
You're forgetting a legend.
Chuck Mangione.
Chuck Mangione.
We lost him too.
He knew exactly what I was talking about.
There was so many, and there's so many people. There was a rumor, and I've yet to investigate it, but the guy who made Hulk Hogan's theme song also died.
Yeah. He died
Yeah.
too. There's a famous jazz player. His name escapes me, but his music's fucking timeless. Like, I can't remember his fucking name, though. It's been a long day.
The jazz
I've been hearing
player?
it playing. Yeah.
Isn't that Chuck Mangione?
Oh, it is Chuck Mangione. I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. People are dropping like flies. How are you going to remember
Fries?
all of them? Like fries. Fries,
dropping?
rice.
Fried rice. No, I've been hitting the pen too much. That's why I forget fucking names. Anyway. So.
Okay, so this is like this. It's been fucking devastating. I mean, first of all, growing up throughout the '90s, right? Ozzy has been kind of like a staple. He's been around since like way before, like in the '70s when he formed Black Sabbath, and he kind of was like the godfather of heavy metal. He created this shit.
You created the sound.
It's an institution, right? Then to have it to a point where like just 2025 you pass away. First of all, kudos to him. He outlived a lot of like younger rock stars.
76 years old, bro.
Like fucking like back in like the 80s and 90s, if you would have asked people like, hey, do you think Ozzy will make it to being old? They'd been like, no, man.
Nobody thought he was going to make Ozfest when he did. They thought he was going to be dead right before Ozfest started. And that was early 2000s. When I saw him at Ozfest, he was fucking running up and down the stage. He had the fire hose in his hand. He was fucking spraying bitches.
He was
Literal bitches were being sprayed.
It was
He
fucking
probably didn't even know he was
wild.
there.
He
Like,
did,
to
though.
be fair.
He was still cognizant, bro. Like, even, okay, like, people are making a big deal about his fucking last concert, and they're like, oh, bro, he sounded terrible. First of all, he's 76.
Yeah.
First
Oh,
of all.
Do you guys know the other controversy about his last concert?
What?
With he wanted to like stand up, and Tony Iommi was gonna go help him and like have people help him, and Sharon was like no, and now that he's passed, she explained why. She's like his Parkinson's is so bad with his legs that she was afraid that he was gonna fall. And
Well,
she
yeah,
didn't
he had
want him
already
to-
fallen. That's part of the reason why he had that spinal injury
Yeah.
and that spinal
Yeah.
surgery. That
And she was
much
afraid
made
that
him
on his
decline.
last show he was gonna fall, and she's like, I didn't want him to have that. I didn't want him to have that experience. Like,
although, how epic would it have been if he would have died at the concert?
he pretty much did. Like, what was it 2 days later?
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
Because there's a TikTok with not Sharon but with Kelly, and she's sitting there with her grandson, and the grandchild is like sitting there with a tablet, and Ozzy has his tablet, and he's like, "Hi guys." It's like, bro, like, and so you had so many people come out because right now they're doing a tribute. Right now they did the tribute concert. They're talking about doing Ozfest as a once a year event to do it to charity.
It's
You know how epic that is?
First of all, it's living proof that one person actually can make a huge difference. Think about it like from a perspective. He changed the face of music, period. He changed the face of music. He made it to a point where, love him or hate him, you knew who he was. Like, you could not have ever listened to an Ozzy Osbourne song and know who Ozzy Osbourne is.
There's no way you can hate him. He literally created that music along with Tony Iommi. Everything that Black Sabbath has done has just been repeated by everybody else. Rob Zombie, fucking Lamb of God, everybody. They just do it faster or heavier. Other than that, it's the same shit. If it wasn't for them, our music wouldn't exist.
I actually know someone that doesn't like Ozzy Osbourne, and when he died, he was like, yeah, I was wrong. Like, so he's like, yeah, I should have, like, I had chances to go to his concerts, but I didn't really like Black Sabbath. He's like, now I wish I had gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a person who has seen older acts, I love older bands like Roger Waters. I've seen David Gilmour. I've seen a lot of people like live that are older, and like I enjoy their shows. There's one thing that I can say about Ozzy's last show that I can't say about any of the other guys. Roger Waters, when he goes on stage, he has people singing for him because he can't hit that register anymore. David Gilmour, same thing. He has people singing for him, sometimes even playing for him because they're old. Nobody sang for Ozzy when he did those songs. That was all him. Even when they pointed him to do the tribute and they did Crazy Train, and when he said All Aboard, like he always does, it sounded the same. It just sounded obviously older.
Yeah.
But it still gave you the chills. It was still Ozzy. Like, that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, anybody that you can think of when they're 76, they're not going to be doing it like that.
No,
they're not going to be able to hit that
They're
register.
not going to be doing it like they were like 20, 30 years old.
Right.
Like
To be fair, except for, was it Guns N' Roses?
Except for Guns N'
They're
Roses
going to tour forever. They've been cursed. to
and
tour
Rolling
forever.
Stones and the
Yeah.
AC/DC. They've been touring
They will
since
tour
bread.
until the end of
forever.
time.
But
Right.
my point is this, right? Like, just kind of like our experience here, right? Growing up kind of through the 90s, Ozzy was like, he was heavily demonized. Like, it was like, he was the most evil motherfucker. And then you listen to the lyrics and it's all, be kind to one another. Like,
Yeah, that's all he
don't-
talked about.
Like,
Be kind to one another. I like weed. Like,
be
that's
kind to
literally
another.
like,
I like weed. You know, government killing people is bad. Like, stop wars.
Oh, and
It's
by the
like-
way, I don't want to ever stop playing music. Thank
Yeah.
you. See you guys.
And people were like, yeah, but he does drugs. It's like, so does every fucking other person on
Everybody.
this planet.
Everybody.
Your fucking government does drugs. Nobody is better than the next person.
And not just that. The reason that you guys thought that he's so evil is because you guys didn't understand what he was doing. And most people who break the mold are never understood of what they're doing. Like, they never get recognized until it's way later, and then they go, oh, this person was already ahead of the curve. It's like, well, yeah, Ozzy just lived long enough for everybody to realize, oh, he was right all along. He was right all along. This is the best.
But they caught him because of the fucking Columbine, because of all that shit that was happening. He got caught in that whole spiel. And, like, I mean, look at this guy, right? Okay. First of all, he's in music, magazines. He has fucking, there are
Video games
comic
after
books,
him.
video games. Fucking, like, he has cameos all over the place, TV shows, movies. He is, like, the biggest thing that has happened. I would say he's bigger than Beatles.
Yeah, that's a given.
Hands down.
That's a given. There's people like, okay, like me. I like certain songs of the Beatles, but if you tell me, hey, bro, are you a fan of the Beatles? No, not really.
No.
I'm not a fan of the Beatles. Are you a fan of Ozzy Osbourne? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've been a fan of Ozzy Osbourne forever. Why? Because his music is universal. To the point where even Post Malone had him on. Where so many people have sampled him. So many, like, you remember East Side Boys that did fucking Crazy Train. It's his voice on that record. Like, you know what I mean? It's Ozzy.
Little John did Crazy Train.
Yeah,
he had
Lil
he had
Jon
the
East Side
sample.
Boys,
Yeah,
yeah.
He did that. It was like, bro, like, just imagine for a second the electricity. There's no one that's going to be like him ever again.
Not just that. Some celebrities measure how good they are by how often they get made fun of by Seth MacFarlane. To this day, I think Ozzy Osbourne still takes it where he's been made fun of probably the most. As an artist, probably the most out of anybody from Seth MacFarlane on both American Dad and on Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just think about this. You know who I feel horrible for?
Who?
Who's that?
Rob Halford. He's had to bury all of his old friends.
Yeah, all of
and
his
he's
old buddies.
still around.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be so, not just annoying, but just like, again, like, can I go? Like,
I wonder if he's thinking that at that point. Like, he's just sitting in his chair going like, damn, when's it going to be my turn? Or is it going to be my turn?
well,
Or,
he probably, I mean, like, all my friends are somewhere else.
yeah.
Like,
But also, like, we're gonna have a different conversation when Rob Halford dies, because Rob Halford was a fucking trooper. Like, Ozzy Osbourne may have done like a lot of the originating, but Rob Halford was a different breed as well. Like, they were both completely different animals that ended up being in the same cage together, I guess.
I would say Black Sabbath gave the sound, and Rob Halford gave the look.
Yeah.
Rob
Iron
Halford
Maiden gave the mascot, but Rob Halford gave the look.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, none
Rob
of us would
Halford
know.
gave the look. Iron Maiden gave us the mascot, but Motley Crue gave us the attitude.
I disagree. I even disagree with that.
Really?
I even disagree with that.
Why do you think Motley Crue didn't give us the attitude?
I don't think Motley Crue gave us the attitude. I think Priest gave us the attitude.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Breaking the law.
Breaking the law. You got another thing coming.
You got another thing coming. What is it? There was another one.
Electric
that I
Eye.
fucking-
When they got all political. Because that's a political record. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
absolutely.
Electric
Fucking-
Eye is a huge political fucking
Painkiller
album.
was another one that I was like, that's like everybody's go-to album. That's their opus, like Magnus, right there.
When you hear Breaking the Law for the first time, it hits you. But let me tell you, as long as I've lived, I remember being introduced to Black Sabbath, and I remember hearing the chords of Black Sabbath. For the very first song I ever heard was Black Sabbath. And then just the opening chords, and then hearing the opening chords for War Pigs, and then hearing the opening chords for Paranoid, and all these songs that he created, and nothing ever hits like that.
Do you want to know? And this is before I became a metalhead, right? I was all about I'm playing guitar. Like, I had no clue like which music style I really liked, and it was I had bought because like you hear Black Sabbath, right? And you're like, man, everybody talks about being a Sabbath fan. Like, I wonder if they're any real good. You know, like I've heard Iron Man. That's a good song. And then like the fucking War Pigs, I was like, oh shit, this is kick ass. Like, it's coming in. Paranoid. Then you had what was that third? What was that third song on that album? It was
They had War Pigs, Paranoid, Iron Man, Black Sabbath. They had they didn't have
Electric Funeral was the third
Electric
song.
Funeral.
There was so much to it, and
Did
like,
they have NIB on there yet?
no,
it was the
NIB
next-
was their first one.
Oh yeah,
Their
that's right,
self-titled album, which was
It was-
Black Sabbath, came
yeah.
out, and then
NIB was on there. I
yeah,
forgot.
and then Paranoid came out next.
Right. Sorry, I always get the.
No,
I always think that NIB's on that
Fine.
one. I don't know why.
And they had like what is it? Into the Void. Or was it called Masters of Reality? It was one of the two. There's so many songs and there's so many albums, there's so many redos that it's like, damn, dude.
Even this shows you the kind of person that Ozzy was. Even though they hated each other, and there was a known feud with them with Ronnie James Dio and Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Even when they separated, Ozzy promoted Black Sabbath. Ozzy toured with Black Sabbath. Had no hard feelings with Black Sabbath. Even if he had feelings with Ronnie James Dio, he toured with them. And even when Ronnie James Dio died, even when he passed, when we lost that first legend, Ozzy Osbourne gave him a great tribute. Gave him a great tribute that he posted, and he said the other member of Black Sabbath made him stand out, mentioned nothing of his career, mentioned nothing of his success, gave away no insult, no room for ego, no nothing, and just said, this is one of the greatest, and posted it. I honestly think, or I would love to think at least, that even Ronnie James Dio would have respected Ozzy Osbourne enough to be like, you know what? If he was still alive, he would have been like, you know what? We just lost one of the best of all time, one of the legends that nobody could ever match, because nobody can. Nobody's ever gonna match up to Ozzy. I don't care who you say. I don't care what you say.
And
no
like,
one's matching up to Ozzy.
There's tons of people out there who talk about like Youngblood. First of all, I'm not gonna bash Youngblood. You know, it's not my style, and it's not like.
However, that changes song he did, bro.
Yep.
If he didn't channel Ozzy at that moment, I don't know who did. And I don't
People
really
are saying that like he got the mantle of Prince of Darkness now, and it's, you know, if that's what people are saying, let people say it. It's just one of those things that you're not gonna have another Prince of Darkness like Ozzy.
I don't think they meant it in that way. I think they meant it as the way the way that Youngblood
Right.
shocks people at his concerts like Ozzy does. Like
no,
Ozzy never like nobody ever expects Ozzy to do what he did.
Don't get me wrong. There's no disrespect towards it.
No,
I'm not
no,
saying
I'm not
like,
saying you
oh,
are.
like Youngblood can't be Ozzy. That's the whole point. Ozzy wouldn't want Youngblood to be Ozzy. He'd want him to be Youngblood, which is.
But Ozzy did say that he sees a lot of himself in Youngblood.
Yeah, and
He said it before.
And that's great because that means that there's something that he's doing that's just naturally himself. Like, be unapologetically yourself is the whole message about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's all Ozzy ever did. Like, if you look at the Osbournes, everybody's like, oh, they're foul-mouthed. No, they're just a regular-ass family doing family shit. Ozzy has always been that regular-ass
I have
person
always
with
vibed.
superstardom.
I watched the Osbournes recently, and I watched that episode where the dog pees on Ozzy Osbourne's rug. That's me, bro. That's me. Fucking slippers and all. Yelling at Odin. That's fucking me. That's everybody. I've never vibed with anybody that hard. I looked at it, I was like, that's fucking what I do.
Dude, I read, what is it? There's a book out that Ozzy Osbourne did called Dr. Ozzy, right? And it's where people used to write asking him medical questions, and he would respond to them. And it had the funniest fucking responses, and I remember laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Because that's all he did was respond as Ozzy would respond.
Have you guys seen the clip going around with him giving flowers to Sharon when she's on was it like The View or something?
Yeah, and then
they
like
play the
stops and
music,
they start playing his song.
And he's not in like Prince of Darkness mode. He's in, oh shit, I'm a husband, I fucked up mode. So
Yeah,
he's just like,
let me go
walking out,
apologize.
yeah, like giving her flowers and leaving. Like,
But to have that power that they're on a different show for another very famous person, and he goes in and overshadows everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like the thing is, like, okay, when I went to go see him at Ozfest, again, I saw all the acts that were there. There was a ton of them. They all had great energy, fucking phenomenal. They played great shows, but it was something about it didn't matter how fast they played the song, how hard they played the song, how long it was or how short it was or whatever. When Ozzy reached that stage, it was a completely different animal that had just reached the stage. It was you could feel the power coming off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could feel the presence.
I used to have DVDs that had like the Ozfest like recordings on them.
Yeah.
So like you'd have like where they'd sell them at like the music stores and stuff like
Right,
that. You
right,
purchase Ozfest this year, purchase Ozfest that year. And let me tell you something, just viewing the DVDs from it, like you see that when he gets on the stage and that sea of millions and millions of Ozzy fans, of Sabbath fans, of fucking any metal fan you can think of erupts. It is the pounding of millions of feet and the fucking, it is like electricity bottled. You will never ever understand unless you were like really a part of it.
It's crazy because there's one where I don't know if they were actually at Ozfest or they just got Ozzy to introduce them, but they were at Phoenix and Slipknot was supposed to be playing, and he comes out and he says, and everyone's cheering for him, and he says, hey, due to unforeseen circumstances, Slipknot will not be performing tonight, and everyone's like, oh shit, like that, like what the fuck, what's going on? And then they like Joey Jordison comes out and starts playing, and everyone's cheering, and they cheered harder for Ozzy to come out and tell them, hey, by the way, they're not playing, than when fucking Joey Jordison actually came out and started playing. It's like, imagine that the messenger gets more cheers than you fucking did.
That is so fucking wild. What one of the bands that was like that really got me into heavy metal, and this was before you had met me, was
if you say Daughtry, it's over.
I was listening to Metallica, and I had bought in like magazines for like Guitar World and stuff like that. Yeah. And I was going through that, like learning how to do everything, and I had read the article of when they had gone with Ozzy on tour, and Ozzy had walked by them and they were playing Black Sabbath, and the first thing that Ozzy said was, are you guys fucking making fun of me? like to me that is the wildest shit in the world, that a band who is so fucking renowned that their name literally is metal,
right,
is like fucking, and they said it, we're Sabbath crazy.
Yeah.
And he responded with, "I've never heard of anybody being Sabbath crazy." It's like, what?
No, bro. Oh, you want to hear something weirder? I was watching an interview with Henry Rollins, right? The guy from I don't know if you know him, Henry Rollins.
Yeah,
You know who
yeah.
he is? Okay,
I know who Henry
he's from
Rollins
Black Flag. For those people who don't know, but he's the vocalist, right? He's a big fucking Ozzy fan. He is a big Black Sabbath fan. He loves that shit. He got to tour with them. He was fucking hype. He was over the moon. He was like, bet. He goes, I could go on right before Ozzy. I'm gonna go fucking play my show, run off the stage, run back to my room, switch my shirt out, dripping in sweat, and I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna be side stage so I can see him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. I haven't seen Ozzy before. This is my first time. Whatever. Right? And he gets off stage. And he's running. He runs through his dressing room. He takes off his shirt. He barely has enough time to wipe himself down. He puts on his shirt. He's running back, and he runs into Ozzy. Oh, hey, how's it going, man? How you doing? And Ozzy looks at him and goes, oh, I'm good. Like, you you just went on? He goes, yeah. He goes, is there anybody out there? And Henry Rollins is like, what? What do you mean, is there anybody out there? He goes, yeah, did anybody show up? And he goes, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, no, I mean, I always get nervous right before a show, like that nobody's ever gonna show up to my show. And Henry was like, when has that ever happened to you, dude? And he goes, I mean, I can't remember. And he goes, yeah, I don't get you, dude. And he just walked off and like waited for him to go on stage. And he went on stage and he was, imagine having all that power and then still being like, bro, did anybody show up?
That's one thing I was gonna say. I love that he doesn't say metal. He says rock and roll because that's what it was when he was
that's
around.
That's where he grew up.
That's what he thinks
created
he's
it.
playing.
Right.
It's rock and roll.
He created
like all these other people. But no, he created the metal part.
Yeah.
But to him, it's like, no, we're still in the Deep Purple era. Like,
Yeah.
But everyone else is like, no, you're the godfather of metal. He's like,
bro,
okay,
you literally
yeah,
created
rock and
this
roll.
thing.
It's like, no, you actually did it. Like,
yeah, and he's like, yeah, like, well, I helped out a big part. No, you don't understand what we're saying. You didn't help out a big part.
You made the
You
thing.
made it.
Yeah.
You and Tony Iommi single-handedly made that
sound.
shit.
Oh,
Like, imagine how driven you have to be that fucking you worked in a factory and literally the day you were going to quit, you cut off your fingers and your lead singer tells you, that's cool, bro, we'll figure it out.
not just that. Did you ever hear what someone asked Ozzy? They're like, "Hey, did you ever want to be a rock star?" He goes, "I wanted to be a plumber." Imagine for like a
You
fucking
wanted to be a
second.
fucking plumber. The Prince of Pipes, bro. He wanted to be a fucking plumber, and he became a metal god.
Both of the stories you guys just said is the most British thing.
It's the most British fucking
That's
thing ever.
fucking wild. There are people
'cause
out
were
there
they-
who are like, "I would love to be a rock star," and they end up being a plumber.
Yeah. And he's the opposite way. He's like, yeah, just give me like a plumber. And it's like, by the way, we're going to give you millions of dollars a year just for sitting on the throne. We don't even need you to do anything. Just sit there. He's like, but why? Like, I feel like that's a conversation he's had a few times where they're like, yeah, we're thinking about paying you $12 million. And he's like, why? Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, what do I have
I'm
to do?
not gonna stop you, but you know.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just sitting here. Like, is that cool? Do you need me to do something? Like, get up. And he's like, no,
Not
just
just
sit there.
that. I mean, like, look at it like this, man. Like, his charity work is also phenomenal as well. Like, at some point, they've given so much back to everyone.
Because he's just a kid, bro. Like, that's what people don't realize. He's just a fucking kid. He's a 76-year-old kid. Watch him play with his grandkids. Watch him play with his kids. When he wasn't like completely smashed on drugs. Like, even watch him during the earlier years of Black Sabbath when he is on drugs. Like, he's a kid. He's a big fucking kid. That's what he embraced everybody to be. The kids who never grew up. The people like us who still do shit like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he told us that it's cool to be weird because there's a place for us.
Yeah, it's cool.
He
Be
gave
who
us
you
that.
are. Don't worry about it, man. That's the part that hits the hardest, is that someone who did that, like I said, the biggest impact, I can't even find the words for it, because like you would have to imagine something so massive from just one person. And that's exactly what Ozzy was. He was a fucking storm.
On Spotify, everybody. I've literally looked up I tried my hardest to find one that was very similar. Even on Michael Jackson's, it shows you how amazing he was, all his accolades, everything like that. If you look up Motley Crue, it shows you the same thing, their accolades, Megadeth, Metallica, Every single person, it's the exact same thing. Hey, bro, this is all their accomplishments. This is what you did, whatever, right? On Ozzy Osbourne's page, when it says artist bio, it literally says, and I looked it up to confirm. It literally says, if you haven't heard of Ozzy Osbourne, you've been living under a rock. That's his whole bio. That's his whole bio. That's all it says. It says, if you haven't heard of Ozzy Osbourne, you've been living under a rock.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%. Imagine being so big that one of the biggest music platforms doesn't need to introduce you. They're like, yeah, we don't need a biography. You're good. Why? We're gonna put some bullshit in there anyway. Everybody knows you.
And then to the opposite end of this, man, we also lost Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, another icon.
Like,
who didn't grow up wanting to be Hulk Hogan?
Dude, you remember like
The
my
shirt
family-
ripping,
my-
iconic.
my family like grew up, we were watching wrestling all the fucking time. To us, it was not fake. Like, that shit was real.
Yep,
we got really upset when our people lost. We got really mad when like the bad guys won.
Yeah. I was a little different. I didn't grow up with wrestling. I grew up with, like real wrestling, like Olympic wrestling, stuff like that. That's what I kind of did. That's what I kind of grew up with. Is what I watched. But I knew Hulk Hogan. Who didn't know Hulk Hogan?
Dude, Hulk Hogan was like,
I wanted to be Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
I can't even remember when I first saw him, but like from then on, you just knew who Hulk Hogan was.
Like even as The Rock came out, you saw John Cena, you saw other people going on. Like my cousins loved wrestling. Like they loved WWE. They still do. They still watch it every now and then. Like they used to play the games all the time. They would always pick like Kane, Undertaker, The Rock. I'd always pick Hulk Hogan. Even if that character sucked on the game, I always picked him because he was such an icon. It's like you knew who he was.
And he was an icon among icons,
Yeah.
is the thing. There's something that when wrestling was coming out and Hulk Hogan was on stage, it was like he built the house, the foundation for all these other wrestlers that are coming in.
Right.
I can't think of someone who was more influential in that aspect. When he turned heel on NWO, it shook the fucking world.
Yeah, bro. Nothing shook harder than that, other than Chris Benoit. But other than that,
he came
it was
out,
nothing.
Well, I mean, Chris Benoit,
But he literally shook.
He
you know what I mean?
literally
Like-
shook, and until people stopped shaking.
Anyway, what were you saying?
By the way, have you ever seen the picture of the Undertaker after? I think it's not Benoit. Oh, who was it? Right after he fell off the rafters.
What's his name?
Owen Hart.
Yeah, Owen Hart. There
Thank you. I feel fucking horrible that I don't remember that. But he, have you seen the picture of him?
Yeah.
When he's getting like suited up, he's like staring like rage, right? Well, he's looking at where Owen Hart fell, and I guess Vince McMahon was like right behind it, so he's just staring at him because he didn't want to go on. He's like, my friend just died, and other people have come out and be like, yeah, no, it was better that you went on because it would make everything worse.
Yeah.
He would want you to have kept going.
Right.
Sorry, I just
No,
like,
no.
have you ever seen that? It
No,
was
you're
like,
absolutely
dude,
right.
He was so mad, like.
Even speaking of Owen
Like-
Hart, his last words when he was falling off, he was telling everybody to look out below because he was falling. In his last moments, he was more concerned about hurting other people than hurting himself.
So I think
Like, this is the type of people that these guys are. Even Hulk Hogan, they're like that. Like, that's their objective is to entertain. Their objective is to make people smile, make people have that sense of wonder. And
he was the first wrestler to turn kind of into an actor because he ended up being in Mr. Nanny, turning into Suburban Commando. Like, he even had his own TV series that he did this.
bro, he was
A
Thunder
cartoon.
Lips on Rocky.
He was
Isn't he
Thunder
in the
Lips on
cartoon?
Rocky.
He had a cartoon.
He had a cartoon. He had a live-action TV show. He was on multiple video games. He appeared on the Muppets in Space movie.
And you
he
know
was
what?
in comics.
Other than
He was in comics, comic advertising.
Other
He
than-
was in video games. He was in fucking gyms, my guy.
other than the sex tape that he released, everybody else that made his legend into a farce was all his family, not him.
Yeah.
It was all his family.
Well, except for the whole N-word thing, but
If Papa John's can do it, why can't we? You know what I mean?
I forgot that. Oh, damn.
Damn.
If Papa John's can do it, why can't we at this point, you know?
Forgot about that.
Why did you forget about that?
Because I like Papa John's and I want to be delusional. Okay.
It's okay, man. Like he was human. He fucked up. Like sure, he did. That was bad shit that he did, but like that's not what we saw growing up.
Better ingredients, better pizza, racism. Papa John's.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But no,
imagine this. This is some of my first memories of like actual like wrestling was like when you get ready to like wrestle your sibling like they do in the fucking matches and you're like I'm Hulk Hogan and so they have to pick someone else. Like you always fought over who was Hulk Hogan.
Everyone wanted to do the shirt thing. That was the most intimidating thing. If you ripped your shirt, bro, nobody fucked with you. Even as a kid, if you ripped your shirt, bro.
It's a thing even today where you rip your shirt. Like, imagine even Superman does it.
Yeah.
And
Hulk Hogan would do it just fucking and just he looked so beastly doing it. You're just like, fuck, bro.
It wasn't until later that we found out that the shirts kind of come pre-cut.
Well, yeah, you could tell that they came pre-cut. They had like a little V-neck, and then he would go.
So it was one of those things, but I didn't know as a kid. I thought he just grabbed the shirt and ripped that bitch open.
Because that was supposed to be. He was supposed to be the strongest man alive.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
That's the illusion. Undertaker was never dead, but it was supposed to be that he was.
You're still
dead.
scared of him.
Yeah. The whole oh my god, dude!
Every time that Undertaker went down in the ring and then he just got back up without his fucking hands and just sat right up, you were like, "Fuck, bro, he's back."
Or like Kane, everyone's scared of him. Turns out he's like a really sweet guy.
Yeah, he's like the nicest guy ever. He played in like 3 horror movies where he was like a dismemberer, but he's like the nicest guy ever.
But he's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Like,
yeah,
and he's a mayor now.
And he's a mayor now. And you get people like that again. Ozzy Osbourne had that rap that he was Satanist and everything. He's probably like the most Catholic guy, or what is it, Catholic or Christian? Catholic, right?
That is one of those things. Looking back at the Satanic Panic, Aaron, I think you can go with me on this. Is that they always had crosses and stuff? I'm like, they have more crosses than a lot of Christian bands do.
Like
it's
like half of their album covers have crosses.
Listen to Black. He wore crosses all of the time. Listen to the lyrics from Into the Void.
Tony Iommi had crosses all over his fucking guitar.
Crosses all over the guitar. Listen to this. This is an actual lyric from Black Sabbath. Would you be afraid of what your friends might say if they knew you believed in God above? They should realize before you criticize that God is the only way to love.
The only
Satanism
person
at its finest.
The only person who had like a real satanic
that is God is dead with a question mark. Like
the only person that had a real like satanic moment was because Ozzy did have a satanic Bible because he was always curious about that shit, and Geezer asked him for it, and Geezer had that whole episode where he had the sleep paralysis thing and he saw the devil and they wrote Black Sabbath about it, like. But other than that, like even Geezer was like, yeah, no, we're wearing crosses and all that shit. Like he was the opposite way. As soon as that happened, he was like, all right, I'm not fucking with this anymore. I'm done. Like we're doing the cross shit. And Ozzy was like, yeah, we should.
By the way, that song Black Sabbath, like you look at the lyrics, it's not like showing Satan as awesome. It's showing as you as a person. Now you have to deal with this shit because
you're terrified.
Here.
It's a
because he's here.
Thing.
Yeah.
That's literally It's written from the perspective of the person who's going through the sleep paralysis. Like now he's there. What are you gonna do? Like,
bro, imagine this. Like the crosses that they got was from the local church
that have been blessed.
It was blessed.
The nuns came and put it on them and said, "Hey, for your show." And he's like, "Yeah, cool, man, awesome."
He kept it all of these years, and like that's the thing is that they sat there and they were like. He's a true Satanist. It's like he is absolutely not. Like
he's a goth Christian, bro. He's a goth Catholic.
And
best.
that's most goths.
And,
believe it or not, they all present that like we're Satanist
the
shit, and they're
Anglican. He's just an Anglican. He's just a British guy.
Yeah.
Like
Tom
really
Araya has the same problem. People are like, oh well, this guy's the most fucking satanic person. He goes, he's literally Catholic. He literally goes to church with his mommy.
Bro,
like
they fucking asked
God
him.
Don't
They're
hate.
like, he's like,
God don't hate.
Yeah, they're like, do you really believe God hates us all? He's like, no. He's like, God doesn't hate. He's like, people do.
Yeah,
and he didn't scream it or say it or anything. He said it calmly. That's the fucking the message here is that it's people that ruin shit, and then they proved it right.
Yeah,
by ruining shit.
Like, yeah,
and they tried to cancel him. And they tried to cancel him after he died. Have you guys seen that? I don't know.
Wait,
exactly
Ozzy?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Like usual, they always wait till he's dead. It's like
But why did they try to cancel him? For what did he do?
I have no idea. I just saw that. I was reading comments and people were like, "Wow, like usual, they wait until they're dead to say shit about
What
him."
could he have done that did that?
Oh,
that
I
triggered
think
that?
it was when he had hurt Sharon, and I saw actually me and my fiance, we were talking about this and watching a documentary, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like this happened. Everyone knows it happened. It was not a good time."
Kobe Bryant peed
Like-
on a 14-year-old. Like, what are we talking about?
She even said, she's like, "I was only with him because he was like, once it happened, he was just as scared as I was. Like he's
Yeah.
that's when
He
he
was
started trying
out
to
of
be
his
clean.
mind on drugs.
Yeah,
he
that's when he tried to be clean.
he snorted a line of ants and licked Tommy Lee's urine. After he peed on Tommy Lee's urine.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of us called that Wednesday, but
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, like, what do you think? Do you think he was in control of all his fallacies at that point?
faculties.
Faculties. What did I say? Fallacies?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
both.
Faculties.
Both actually. Both
Yeah.
actually work.
Both. I think both work. Yeah,
Um,
you're right.
I mean, like, realistically, was there crazy shit that he did? Yes, absolutely.
Snorted ants.
Absolutely. He did absolutely crazy shit. Was it the worst thing anyone's ever done ever? No.
No, I can think of 3 things that 3
yeah.
people have done that are way worse.
Have you guys seen the tribute the Alamo gave to him?
Mm-hmm.
He peed on the Alamo
No,
and he was
and
banned there.
listen,
And
no,
they
he-
tributed
listen,
him.
Hear
No,
this,
no,
but
he
I've
was
seen what
banned-
Tyler's talking about when they come to like the clout chasers that are like trying to cancel him. A lot of it is people from the fucking churches being like, "Hey, sorry to burst your guys' bubble. He's not in heaven." It's like, yeah, he is. Like dude was baptized. Dude, like he talked the gospel. Like he walked the walk.
And even if he's not, even if that doesn't exist or whatever, what does it matter? He's gone. He's gone. Just leave it alone.
And
Just leave it alone.
By the way, to clear up the Alamo thing, you know, he actually was invited back like in the early 2000s, and he reconciled. He actually learned more about the history and all that stuff, and he said he felt really bad.
Yeah.
And it's like the bat thing. Everyone gives him shit for the bat thing. He was high out of his mind. He thought it was a fake bat. He didn't actually want because
He
he was
snorted
he was
a line
horrified.
of ants.
When he found out it was real, he was fucking horrified.
He snorted a line of ants.
like,
Like,
he was
again,
not-
it's like the whole thing, and I don't mean to bring this up, but it's like the whole thing with Hunter Biden. You look at all his reactions, you're like, none of this makes sense. He's a crackhead. Oh, okay, I got it. That makes sense. Oh, Ozzy did all this crazy shit. Why would he do that? He snorted a line of ants. Oh, gotcha. So this is like mid-level. We're just like at base level. Okay, bet. Awesome. Keep going. Like,
the
People are
line of
fucking
ants probably
ridiculous,
hurt
man.
less.
probably, honestly. It probably hurt less.
It probably cleared some of that shit up in his nose.
Yeah, all that residue gunk, that drip, you know what I mean?
It's wild what people will do.
The only
And,
thing
like,
that... Wait,
there-
what? Go ahead.
Like circling back around, because like what hit me really hard was learning about it at work that fucking Hogan had passed.
Oh,
And I
that
was
Hulk
sitting-
Hogan
yeah,
had passed?
I was
Yeah.
like, dude, because like, imagine if you will, like this is someone that you can just like you can look up, see what they're doing currently. Wild shit, right?
Right.
Like he's always somewhere doing something, and people are always seeing him. They're always looking for autographs. Regardless of how they're like, oh man, he was a racist, he's a terrible person. It's like he wasn't though, because he donated a lot to charities. Like he was friends with Mr. T and had him in his corner in WrestleMania. Like there was tons of shit. Like, yeah, did he say some bad shit? Yeah, absolutely. Everybody says bad shit.
He was friends with Booker T, too.
Who
Booker T.
the
Oh.
fuck?
Oh, they were saying who? I was like, Booker T.
No, I
What
know
do you
who
mean?
Booker- No, I know who Booker T is. Booker
Yeah.
T was a good one, man.
I love Booker T. Booker T was
There's
dope.
tons of like,
He was the only wrestler that I thought could also probably play wide receiver for the Falcons.
yeah.
I'll, I'll say this with Aaron, kind of going off what you said with the whole like finding out at work thing. Well, I found out at work as well. I've seen it so many times online where this person's supposedly dead and then they're not dead. So I was
Right.
like, they're not dead, whatever, bullshit. And I kept going on with my day, and then I'd see like other like YouTube videos and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, this is real.
Like him and his girlfriend had an argument for like 2.5 hours with me about the fact that Jeffrey Dean Morgan was dead. I was like, he's not dead. And they're like, yeah, he is. I was like, he's not dead. He's literally making another episode or another season of like,
Yeah.
like
Because
Dead
I saw
City.
it online that like he had died. People were saying like rest in peace Negan. Like all of this shit.
I was like, maybe Negan died in the show?
And I was sitting there, I was like, what the fuck? I
But
was
they,
like,
they do that all the time. They'll just say someone died.
they did it, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, no fucking way. I was like, that's horrible. Like, he was such a good fucking like actor.
Yeah.
And he's out there like still acting.
He's supposed to come back. He's supposed to come back to what is it, the new spinoff of Supernatural. He's supposed to come back as like a demonic entity that looks like their dad or whatever.
And he's still doing Walking the Weird stuff. Or Walking the Weird.
Walking the Weird.
Shout
Is
out.
he?
No,
Walking
what's
Dead?
it called? Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah.
He
He's
has
doing
his own
Dead
little
City with Maggie.
Yeah.
And then they're supposed to be doing Walking Dead. Are they gonna do movies or are they gonna finish up with the seasons?
I don't know. It's something like that. But I think
But I know he already signed up.
I think he's
There's
voice
so
acting
much.
a Walking the Dead game. Like he's gonna be. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
some-
he's in the new Walking Dead game.
But he's not dead. Like,
Yeah, he's not dead.
No, I think so. All in all, this has hit us like fucking stupid hard, man. I mean, we grew up with these heroes and these icons that kind of helped us get through the rough parts of our life, because that's what it really was. It was, you would listen to Ozzy and all of a sudden like, things aren't so bad. This is really good. Like, I'm having the time of my life. You'd go out and you'd watch Hulk Hogan wrestle and it was like, yeah, he beat the guy. He beat the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then, like, you just see these things and, like, all of a sudden help you kind of get through the day to day. Like, there's nothing that's more traumatizing to us, because it feels like our generation in particular has dealt with the death of many, many, many celebrities, heroes, icons, big names. Like, I feel like we've gotten cheated out just because of the fact that we've lost, just this year alone, we've lost Val Kilmer.
Doc Holliday himself.
We've lost, like,
So many people.
we've
Yeah.
just, it's such a heartbreaking thing, because we see this, like, hey, man, what the fuck?
I don't
like-
think we need a do-over. I think it's just, it's like everything eventually ends. It just sucks because these were two people who created pretty much the staple that they stood on. And not saying that Hulk Hogan created wrestling, but this one, let's be real. Whose personality is bigger than Hulk Hogan's in wrestling? Name one. Not one.
And I think for our
And
generation,
you can come up with people who were icons themselves. You have Ultimate Warrior, you have Macho Man Randy Savage, you have Andre the Giant, you have,
And you'll hear a few cheers, but you go Hulk Hogan, and everybody goes, "What?"
everybody knows who it is. And dude, like, imagine, if you will, I'm gonna take you back, right? You're back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Hulk Hogan is the heel. They're villains. They're doing bad shit, and you're still cheering for him because he's Hulk fucking Hogan. Even if Sting was the hero, they were all leading up to Hulk Hogan in this battle with Sting.
Even when he went back, when he went back to being not an anti-hero, but he was kind of like a hero, and he was a babyface again when he had his yellow and red boa. Everyone knows of that. Everyone recognizes that. Everyone uses that. Everyone wants to be that iconic.
Let's take you back to 9/11, man. He was Mr. America. Remember that?
Yeah.
He came out, and they were like, that's Hulk Hogan. Like, you knew it was Hulk Hogan, but, like, he was just... it was just so wild. Because he came out in the red, white, and blue. That was his whole thing.
Just
Like,
forget about that. Forget about the fact that let's not forget about the fact that Hulk Hogan was one of the reasons that Vince McMahon decided to go overseas and entertain the troops and do all that. Not only did you have the 360 days that you were training a year, well, now you added the military tour that was Hulk Hogan's idea to even begin to do that. Like, that's a great tribute to our armed forces, because a lot of those people grew up in that generation where wrestling was the only combat sport that they had other than boxing.
pro wrestling was such a staple, like, in my household, that it was like, you knew the wrestlers' names. We had the video games.
Yeah.
Like,
You had the
our off
posters.
time when we played, that's what we did. We play wrestle with each other. You'd throw someone, they'd bounce off the couch all fake, and you'd, like, run into them, and they'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
You had
you'd get
SmackDown. You had all
chokeslammed,
those fucking
like,
games, Raw.
Raw chokes, like, all of this stuff. And, like, I remember my brother had the Nintendo 64, and the fucking NWO versus WCW came out. And they were playing so fucking heavy. And all of a sudden, like, it was during a storm, and the power went out. And they're like, no, we lost the game, but it came on instantly, and the game didn't have time to shut down, so it came back on with them playing.
That's dope.
And I was like, no fucking way. And that's nothing to do with Hulk Hogan. That's just a fond memory.
But that's dope. But it has to do with wrestling and all that stuff. And again, these people crossed lines. These people crossed lanes into other things. What is it? Hulk Hogan, he crossed into reality TV show, which probably he got inspired by Ozzy Osbourne to do it because Ozzy Osbourne was like the originator of all that shit. Also, there's pictures of D-Generation X where you fucking see Triple H and he's like this, and fucking Shawn Michaels is just like that, and then right above him is fucking Ozzy Osbourne going like this. Do you know how fucking epic that is?
Oh,
do you know
yeah,
how fucking
absolutely.
epic that shit is?
Absolutely. Triple H has been like trying to fucking get Ozzy back on the show for a long time.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore, but he used to, like, he was petitioning to try and get it done. This is like one of those things where it's like, man, we grew up with heavy metal, we grew up with the best of wrestling, like everything that was like top peak, like it happened and we got to see it. It was like we were there, man. This was real shit.
And now it's dead.
And now they're dead. And that's like, and you got to sit there and you look at it like, hey, man, that's the end of it. Like I'm starting to see it where it's like, hey, man, this is the end of a whole fucking thing. And I don't like, as much as I don't like looking at it like that, it's one of those things where it starts to be like, hey, man, you know what? It's good that this thing closes out, because then you know that it's like, you know,
not only was it important to you, but it was important to everybody else because you're seeing the effect.
You're seeing the effect, and you're seeing it just kind of like run its course. Like, everybody has to make room for the new, right? But know that you will never have those moments, because those were the first of those moments.
Yeah.
Those moments were like fucking the best. You see Ozzy go out there, you'd fucking see him perform. He would fucking come out, throw whatever he had that was there on top of people, like you said, spray him with hoses. He'd come out and just fucking whatever he had on his mind is what he would do. You had people who followed suit where they would climb on the rafters and fucking sing.
My favorite Ozzy moment, and it's just because it was the opening day and the opening game for the Patriots game, where they were coming out and you see all the Patriots start running out, and you hear Ozzy Osbourne yell out, "All aboard." And he comes out and he's performing Crazy Train with Zakk Wylde, and he's wearing a fucking Patriots jersey, and on the back of the Patriots jersey it says Ozzy. I was like, bro, that is the most amazing fucking memory I have of Ozzy Osbourne.
My favorite memory, okay, is when I first started getting into heavy metal. I played Brutal Legend, with Jack Black voiceover. He was the main character. You had Lemmy Kilmister in there. You had a ton of metal icons, metal references based around a video game. And it was such a fucking epic video game. He was the guardian of metal. The first thing that happens is, right, you drive down this tunnel, you get in there and, like, you pull up, and all of a sudden this giant, you hear the laugh. Like, you hear the Ozzy laugh, and you see the molten fucking lava drip down, and it fucking forms into Ozzy, and he's turned around, and he's got the hood on. He turns around, pulls down the hood, and you're like, what the fuck? And there he is, like, being the guardian of metal. And even to this day, like, right
and
before
he's annoyed. I actually just played it recently. He's, like, annoyed because if you don't buy upgrades and stuff, he's like, why are you here?
Like, what are you even doing here?
He's like...
But no,
one
like,
of the things he says is he's like, when he pulls up, and like one of the other things is like he's sitting there, he's waiting, like Jack Black's character Eddie is sitting there waiting for him to say something, and he's looking at him, he goes, "What do you want?" He's all like that's
what do
it,
you
like,
want?
like it's such a fucking iconic moment. And I truly believe that.
Speaking of the fact that you said Jack Black, did you guys see Jack Black's tribute to Ozzy Osbourne?
You know what? I missed that one.
So he did it with Scott Ian's son, and was it Kirk Hammett's son? He did a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne, and he played Mr. Crowley, and he had like the original music, like the original like looks for all the guitars and everything, and he dressed up in an outfit that was the same as Ozzy's when he was with Randy Rhoads, with the fringes right here. that said Ozzy on his thing. So Jack Black dressed like that. His performance was so good. He sounded both like Jack Black and Ozzy. Like
Fuck.
you heard him and you're like, he sounds like Ozzy, and then you hear it again, you're like, it's Jack Black for sure.
And I feel
then you
bad.
hear him again, you're like, but it's Ozzy.
I feel bad because Jack Black is one of those dudes who knew almost everyone in the metal community.
Yeah.
Like, look at Pick of Destiny. He played with Dio. You know, he was just that dude that, like, he knew everything about everyone. He was like a popular version of Henry Rollins. Henry Rollins is popular. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that
More people know Jack Black than Henry Rollins.
Yeah, that's
even
what I'm saying.
before
That's
the
what I
Minecraft movie.
That's what I'm saying. Jack Black
Yeah.
is a more popular version. Like, people know Jack Black. Henry Rollins is a bit obscure. And Henry Rollins knows everyone in the metal community. That's all he does. He talks about punk. He talks about metal music. That's his thing. But it's like Jack Black almost lived it. You know what I mean?
Well,
like he was there.
Well, here's the thing. Henry Rollins, more than anything, Henry Rollins lived it more than Jack. Jack was more of an actor, inclination towards metal, while Black Flag and Henry Rollins came out during the time that metal had gone back underground. Remember, after the
yeah,
80s,
that's
we
right.
went right back underground. For a while, we had System, we had all these bands that came out and became super popular in the early 2000s, but a lot of these bands came out in 97, 98, 95, 96, like
Yeah. Yeah, and you had I
I'll
remember
just say this as Sean, you are completely incorrect. Jack Black was one of the members of one of the greatest metal bands to have ever existed.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D.
I love Tenacious D.
They wrote the greatest song ever, and they forgot it, so they had to make a tribute.
The greatest song ever I've ever heard anybody perform is either Credit Card Debt or Butter and a Pop-Tart by Peter Griffin and Quagmire. It's my favorite songs ever. All-time favorites. Best ones. Those hit harder than anybody. We've all been there. We've all wanted to kill ourselves over credit card debt. Let's not pretend. But no, like with Jack Black and Henry Rollins that we were talking about, like Henry got a chance to see the rawness of metal, while not saying that Jack Black didn't, but Jack Black went a different route. He didn't go through the music route.
Yeah, I'm not saying one's better than the other. What I'm saying is
that's
that,
better
like,
than the other one.
most people know Jack Black more
Yeah.
than they know Henry Rollins. But that's also by design. Henry Rollins is like a fucking, like, he's a monster. Like, he's a big dude, and he knows his shit. If you don't know your shit, he'll eat you up.
But also, you guys got to remember the obsession that Henry Rollins has. Henry Rollins doesn't even own a TV.
No.
All he does is he does. This is what he does. This is his routine. He literally said this on an interview. All he does when he gets up in the morning, he brushes his teeth, he walks his dog, does normal guy shit, right? He goes, and then afterwards, I have like the whole day to myself. He goes, I have like 9 or 10 hours where I don't really have anything else to do. He goes, so I have stacks of vinyls, and I just play them, and then I just do workouts during the vinyls, and then when I'm done, I stop, and then I change the vinyls, and then I go back to doing workouts while I'm listening to music. He's like, and all I do is listen to music all day and work out. I'm like, wow, bro. Like, why you be, bro?
Dude, and he's fucking, like,
Oh, he's jacked.
yoked.
He's jacked. He's super jacked.
Like, that's the thing, is that, like,
You've never had a Led Zeppelin session like him.
Nope. Nope, not even close.
He
But-
literally felt the burn in the Jimi Hendrix experience.
And it's wild. Like I said, if you don't know your shit and you try to, like, challenge him on that, he'll eat you up.
Yeah.
He'll eat you up. And,
Well, I
like,
mean, you saw that in the famous interview with fucking Eddie Trunk and Henry Rollins, where Eddie Trunk was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this, blah blah blah," and Henry Rollins was like, "Actually, that's not right, because this and this happened." And he's like, "No, I'm pretty sure." He goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I was there." Like, I was at that concert. I performed, so I'm pretty sure it went this way. You know, it's like, how are you gonna tell the person that was literally there? It's like telling Dane Cook, hey, when you played Madison Square Garden, you wore a fucking blue shirt instead of gray. And he goes, no, bro, I wore gray. The
And,
biggest
like-
moment of my life, I wore gray. You know what I mean?
yeah. And, like, that's the thing. By the way, Madison Square Garden, dude, imagine fucking that place has been the fucking, like, breeding ground for epic moments. Fucking Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania when he fucking body slammed Andre the Giant. No one's done it before. He did it and dropped the leg on him. fucking Ozzy's played Madison Square Garden. Everybody who's
Stonehenge show.
Stonehenge show. Oh my god, bro! Like there's. While I still feel like we got cheated, I feel like we were also very blessed.
Oh, I think we were blessed. I think we
Like,
had.
damn, dude.
I think we had the best moments of their lives.
There's no way that we could say thank you more to Ozzy than fucking there's no words for it.
Yeah.
Cause like it's a dude who gave so much. Like, yeah, everybody parodies him. He parodies him. Like he does
it on purpose.
And like it's just people are sitting back and reflecting and are in awe of just how much he was able to accomplish. And like going even with Hogan, like people fucking parodied him. And like it's just like there's so much that's like, dude, I'm losing the words for it because I'm losing the heart as we're talking. It's like it's breaking because the more that I look at it, it's like the best years that we've got out of that, they were so phenomenal. Like everything that like we.
But also the importance that they held as a role. Like I was just thinking about this right now while you were talking. Ozzy Osbourne kind of blew the lid on all the metalheads where people were like, "Well, they're not so tough." Well, no, Ozzy Osbourne's a big fucking squish ball.
Yeah.
Like he's a big squish. If anybody has a bigger heart than him, like you know what I mean, it's enlarged. You know what I mean? At that point, like he was always a nice guy. He always did charities and everything like that. You go back to Hulk Hogan's career, you have the same thing where he was Thunder Lips and Rocky, and you see the exposure, which at that time was still not really popular. Where Rocky is like, "Hey, bro, like, why did you go so hard on me?" And he's like, "That's the name of the game." And like after the whole "I'm gonna eat you," I fucking swallowed 10 pounds of you and fucking shit out 30 and all that shit that he was talking to Rocky. Rocky's like, "Hey, bro, like, how about we get like a Polaroid together?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Come on." And he like hugs his kid and hugs him. It's like that side hadn't been exposed to wrestlers, but you couldn't from wrestlers, but you couldn't have given it to a more wiser figure in the industry to show that, hey, it's not always about the act that we do on stage. There's more to this.
And he did
We're real people
He did
here.
like he had real ass charities. Like that's what Hulk Hogan did. Like even in his movies, he mentioned, "Hey, charity work for the kids is important."
Right.
No matter like what they were doing. Like obviously you can see like where it's like beefed up, where it's like, "Hey man, it's almost not real." Or
Yeah, of
believable.
course. But everyone does
But
that.
like everybody does that. But then you see what he's actually done in charity wise. You're like,
right. And it's
fuck.
like and it's like even like okay. And I hate to do this. Even with people who are like, okay, I like Rogan. I love Rogan. I think Rogan's one of the greatest podcasters, if not the greatest podcaster that's ever existed. Do I like him as comedy? Not so much. But even he said that he doesn't enjoy, and not that he doesn't enjoy doing comedy. He knows that he is at a different level of comedy than he is as a podcaster. You know what I mean? He's not delusional about that. But like everyone goes, "Oh, he's just a regular guy. He hunts and everything like that." Sure, he's also on a mega yacht. Like 3 weeks ago, he was on a huge mega yacht that he purchased from all the fucking.
And people give him shit for it.
And people give him shit for it. It's like, but that's what he does. Why are you looking at all the negative shit? Why don't you look at all the positive shit that he's done? Like all the things that we have been revealed because of his podcast. Like all the things that we found out about because of his podcast. And you're holding it over. It's the same thing that they did with with Ozzy with the whole satanic thing. It's the same thing that they're doing that they did with Hulk Hogan with the whole like not just racism but like the scandalous shit. It's like you're trying to take little pieces of moments and be like, ooh, look, and you found the crack. It's like, well, yeah, they're people. What did you think was gonna happen? Think it was gonna be perfect? I'd love to see if this podcast does get anywhere. How many times they're going to bring back, "Hey, Sean said stupid Asians again. Hey, Sean said this. Hey, Sean said that. Hey, Aaron said this. Hey, Aaron said that." Like, how many times are they going to say it? It's going to be like, "Yeah, we did say that. We thought it was fucking funny. If you don't think it's funny, don't listen to it. I don't know what to tell you." Like, and yet they try to crucify these people without seeing all the great things that they did. Like,
it's because of the fact, and this is a lesson that everybody has to learn, is that it was told to me as kind of like a story, like this math teacher, he writes down 10 problems, right? He answers 9 of them correctly, and right before he answers the 10th one, he answers it wrong on purpose. All the kids are snickering and laughing at him, And he's like, hey, man, why are you guys laughing? He's like, yeah, you got that 10th one wrong. He's like, yeah, but I did the other 9 right.
Yeah, I did the 9 perfect.
And it was like, it's that lesson that it's like, hey, everybody's going to focus on your mistakes.
Yeah.
Not your triumphs, because that's what they want to focus on.
And yet
make
people will
themselves feel
ask,
better.
and yet people will ask people to forgive them for their mistakes, even though they're the ones highly criticizing other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, I don't know. Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne, they're fucking legends. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care what you guys do. I don't care. Oh, well, he did this, he did that. Yeah, let's look back at your closet. Let's see how many times you diddled yourself with a cross over there. I see you. I see you, Georgia. I see you.
Yeah.
Anyway, like,
Let's pull open the fucking books if we're gonna pull up the fucking books.
yeah,
But
let's actually go there.
how
If you
much
really want to do
charity
that.
have you done
Right.
in order to do, like, how much have you helped out? Because if you wanted to, nothing would stop you.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other subject, man. And the real honesty here is that I'm still big fans of both of these people.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, of course, if you don't like them, go fuck yourself.
I was listening to Ozzy this morning when I was
playing Brutal Legend this
Yeah.
morning, listening to fucking Children of the Grave, fucking Believer. I was about this, man. This has been my thing. Like, you know me, I'm also like huge wrestling. We see live wrestling events to this day.
our buddy Lincoln. Shout out
Shout out.
PCWAZ.
Big Money Mac. So, dude, it's one of those things that it's just like, man, like I said, you formulate your own opinions, but
Yeah, do
no,
what you
I
want.
don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah, do what you want. At the end of the day, these people, we loved them. We thought they were the best.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like it? Don't listen to them. Don't watch their matches. Don't do it.
Yeah.
We like them. We're gonna keep listening to them.
Yeah.
And you know, for Ozzy, bro, for Hulk Hogan. See you guys.